A man crushed a razor blade under his foot, then took out the blade and held it between his teeth. Next he snapped a toothbrush in half and lit the brush head on fire. After it melted, he placed the razor blade on top. Just like that, a makeshift knife was ready. He then stood on a table, lit another piece of the toothbrush handle and pressed it against the screw on a lampshade. This left an imprint of the screw's shape. After it cooled, it turned into a screwdriver. He unscrewed the screw and hid the newly made knife inside it. In this maximum security prison filled with violent criminals, that knife could be very useful. Later that night, a man walked into Jack's cell with some food. He was Jack's father. John was the most dangerous inmate in the prison. When he found out about Jack's situation, he warned him to lay low and just wait until his sentence was up. But there was more waiting for Jack than just that. Jack was planning to take revenge upstairs. He charged into the cell, but before he could do anything, his father stopped him. Jack explained what had happened, but of course Conti denied it. Jack turned to walk out, but before he could leave, he called up his men from downstairs. His men didn't dare speak up. They couldn't afford to cross Jack's father, a man too powerful to offend. John could tell that Conti was the one pulling the strings behind the scenes, but he wasn't ready to start a direct confrontation just yet. He could only take Jack and leave for now because Conti was essentially the king of this prison, and even the warden was too scared to challenge him. Jack was furious with his father's actions and even started insulting him. He poured all his anger out, and at that moment the father and son felt more like enemies than family. Maybe it was because John was getting older, or maybe it was guilt over his son, but he couldn't bring himself to respond harshly. As he walked out of the cell, Jack kept shouting behind him. That's when Conti stepped out and blocked Jack's path. He stood between them trying to mediate, but he didn't expect Jack to be fearless. Just then a guard arrived and subdued Jack. John was also restrained by the guards. They were both thrown into separate cells. John quickly regained his composure. He knew Conti would never let his son go. He had to find a way to get out. Sure enough, Conti had already ordered the guards to take action. He arrived at John's cell and with a threatening tone told him that anyone who killed his son would be held accountable in the end. Conti then told John that it might still be possible to save Jack, but it had to be done quickly. After all this, John was transferred to another prison. Before he left, his parting words devastated Jack.
Glad to be with Dad.
But Jack fought back the tears and didn't let them fall. Without his father's protection, what kind of life in prison awaited him now?